Hi, welcome to my face, and welcome back to my pillow making channel, where I make pillows from scrap fabric for fun. So today is a bit of a different video. First of all, hello to all 20 of you watching this video. Very exciting. This video is a bit different because I had an idea. I thought I could execute it without planning really at all, and I failed. So then, to cheer myself up, I made a really easy pillow instead, and still did pretty poorly. So hopefully you enjoy this, and if you don't, please let me know. Be as cruel as you need to be. All feedback is appreciated. With that said, let's just go right into the video. I wanted to make a retro style telephone. Not a receiver, but just a telephone. I just gotten back from a yard sale spree where I got some satiny pink fabric, and to me, it worked. So feeling inspired, I decided to take on this task without really planning anything, planning the shapes, what colors I would use even, just starting out with this sketch. I thought that looking at a few photos of telephones on Google would be enough, but no. Like, really pretty sketch, but this is not, it doesn't translate to pillow the way that I wanted to, at least the method that I chose. And actually here I had a bit of sense and I redid that sketch because I'm like, okay, this is way too sketchy, artsy. I need something simpler with simpler shapes that's lighter, that I can more easily translate to a pillow. Now fabric. I want this pink for the base, and I had a few different options on how I'd figure out the accents. I began by folding the fabric a few times and then using a disappearing ink pen to sketch out that same design I created. I even went ahead and used a ruler to make sure that the phone circles were of similar widths and heights and were at a certain distance apart. This fabric gave me issues, I realized early on. I had a solution for that, but that would only be the beginning of many issues. I tried different colors together, different methods for sewing, but in the end I just realized this wasn't a design that I could just sew on a whim. Not that talented.
When I'd got in there, I realised that actually this is serious stuff.
What's going on? Y'all are going to jail!
Ta-da! You better talk to her before I do, because I'm hurt her feelings.
Because I love this design so much, I may revisit this pillow in the future. Definitely with a clearer plan beyond just a sketch, and hopefully with some more sewing skills under my belt. Because this phone really got to me.
So I wanted to see her anger level. I wanted to see if I was powerful enough to twist her mind.
And so in an attempt to heal my wounded ego, I wanted to do a marshmallow pillow. Upon looking up marshmallow pillow, there are quite a few cutesy options much more well made than you will see, but what we're making this video is easy and honestly something that you could do yourself. So fabric, we got the one, fantastic. Tools. Like the telephone, I'm drawing out a little marshmallow sketch. This is, in theory, a very simple pillow. We just have 3 different pieces that we want to work with. The top, the bottom, and the long rectangle that wraps around. To ensure that this fits the best, the circle tops will be the same size, and the circumference of that circle will equal the length of that rectangle piece. For my tools, I got my rotary blade, which is the best for cutting curves. My not at all sharp serrated tracing wheel help imprint a mark on layers of fabric. My fabric scissors, of course, my seam ripper, which I use a lot of, my pin cushion, self-explanatory, and this disappearing ink pen that you saw me use earlier with the telephone. It is both water soluble and air soluble, which is how it disappears. Now this fabric is a touch too sheer for my liking, so I'm going to go ahead and double each of my pieces. So I'm going to cut out 4 circles and 2 rectangles. For my circle shape, I'm using this wooden pedestal that I got from Target. Here you see me doing an ass job ironing this fabric. Once I'm done kidding myself, I use that wooden platform from Target. So I may trace my circle. First I'm measuring the diameter though, so we can calculate what the circumference should be. After measuring about an 8.5 inch diameter, I calculated that to be about a 27-inch circumference. Now, here's where I played myself because I was thinking, okay, we have a seam allowance that's going to be about 5/8 of an inch. That'll then decrease that diameter on both sides. So the diameter is no longer 8.5 inches, it's 7 inches and 1/4 of an inch. But I forgot how sewing works, and it was if anything I should have added to this length. But anyway, this will mess me up soon. You know, the whole time I was working on this, I had no idea I still had a visor on. With my pieces cut, it's finally time to sew. And we're going to begin by sewing a supporting stitch. That's not what it's called. I forget what it's called.
Baby, I'm not even here. I'm a hallucination.
But it's a stitch that's sewn a little bit away from your seam allowance stitch. So in this case, about 6/8 of an inch away from the raw edge of the fabric. And we do this so we can have something to still support the edge of the fabric when we start to cut into it. And you'll see why we do that in a bit. Another piss poor job of ironing this fabric. And now we get to pinning. So when it comes to a curved edge, if you're sewing it to a straight edge, you want to cut in little notches into that curve so you can almost stretch the fabric a bit so it matches with that straight edge. As you can see here on the right side, with a curved edge that isn't notched, you start to get that bunching along the straight edge because it's a curve and it don't work straight. I'll take this time as well to emphasize the importance of sewing safely. You do not want to end up like this.
Call the ambulance!
Okay, so you remember how I said that I should have added to that diameter measurement rather than subtracted from it? So yeah, so this is what I mean where it messed me up, but I forgot to record that part. So here you see everything already pinned and this little area that I had to sew on a little extra piece to make sure that it went all the way around. Sorry that I forgot to sew. Nope. Sorry that I forgot to record that. Upon sewing our first top, we can go ahead and inspect. We have this little area here where the top got folded a bit strangely and while I was sewing, so I can go ahead and take that out. But aside from that, it looks pretty okay. Some bunching, which I expected because my pinning wasn't perfect, but we can go ahead and just fix that folded area and resew. Both tops, or I guess the top and the bottom are now sewn. I'm looking at that side that I showed you where I had to add a little marshmallow extension, which is a bit of a shame because now I have these two seams that don't really make any sense, but that's what happens when you're an idiot. So now I'm just going to show you how I fold this inside out and sew it together. I'm leaving a bit open towards the top and the bottom pieces because I'm going to hand sew the rest closed. I need to leave holes open for these pillows always because I need a hole to stuff my fabric scraps. Okay, here's the shape we're working with almost all of it sewn, and I'm not mad at it. It's a little lumpy, it's a little creased, but it's a very simple one-day project, and I can tell that it's a pillow. Nope, I can tell that it's a marshmallow. For the stuffing, you already know what it is. We're using fabric scraps from all sorts of projects. And with that pile, this is the shape that we get. Not full, actually nowhere near, but it sits up nicely so we can get more of that marshmallow effect. And I am happy so far, but we gotta add more. Okay, we have sufficiently stuffed our marshmallow. Now I can go ahead and hand sew the edges shut and we'll be good to go. And there's that. It's not the most unique pillow, it's not the most amazing or the most well done, but it's a fun pillow. It's a marshmallow. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please tell me what you think. Please interact with me. And of course, share, like, dislike, report, copyright strike. I actually got that last video. And I have work tomorrow, so goodbye. Hi, Cece. Cece, what do you think?